My 27th brother, 18th, got into an accident, and now he's in big debt. I refuse to pay it for him, and our family is all against me. I will try to make this post as short as possible, but I really need advice from the outside. Also, English isn't my first language, and so sorry. Edit, in the title I say 18, but it's obviously supposed to say 18. My little brother turned 18 6 months ago. After he got his driver's license, he started asking me for money to buy a car. I have a fairly good job and can afford expensive vacations. 2 years ago, I paid my parents an expensive trip back to our home country. My brother told me that with the money I spent on my parents, I could buy him a used car. I didn't want to because I knew that if something happened, I would be the one to blame for buying a car. Then our older brother gave him his old car when he bought himself a new one. 2 months ago, my brother got into an accident. He let his underage friend drive his car. They got into an accident. Next to their lane, there was a car pulled over and saved. Luckily, the passengers of the other car were all outside, so none was injured. The underage friend got some injuries, but he's all right. My brother was fine. So turns out his insurance won't pay for this because the person driving was an underage kid without a driving license. This means he will have to pay for all the damages. His friend went to a public hospital, so he won't pay for that, but he has to pay the owner of the other car 29 acre, and that's a lot of money. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a ton of money everywhere, but for our country standards, it's a lot if we take into consideration. And also, he has to pay a fine of $1 for driving without a car insurance. And guess what? My family is asking me to pay for all of this. I told them I can't afford it, and even if I could, I wouldn't pay. My parents are telling me that instead of spending money in expensive vacations for them, I should have saved that money for important things. What they don't understand is that I had to save for those trips. And the trip wasn't anywhere near 30,000 a year. They told me to ask my husband to pay for it. I know my husband can easily afford it because he makes way more money than me, but I don't want him to pay. I'm so mad with my brother. He could have killed someone, yet he doesn't seem to care. He thinks I'll pay for this and everything will be all right. I don't want to pay for it. I don't. I want him to face the consequences of his actions. I have my whole family against me right now. I didn't explain this to my husband yet, and I don't know if I should get involved. Do you think I should give in? I feel like I wouldn't be able to talk to my family after that, but I don't know what's the best or worst option, or maybe I'm overreacting. I genuinely feel like I don't, but I don't know. Too long, don't read my brother got into an accident. Now, he's asking me to pay more than 30k on him, and the whole family is against me. What should I do? Tell your brother that he's privileged, that one of his first acts as an adult will be to declare bankruptcy. No. Hey, if your parents want to spoil their son into believing that life has no consequences and that money magically shows up whenever you need it, that is their own business, but those are not your bills to pay. Stick to your guns, that this was not your car, this was not your accident, and this is not your problem. If they continue on this path, tell them that you apologize for the nice trip that you sent them, and you will be sure not to do nice things that involve money for your parents again. Do not pay a single penny. They're enabling his bad behavior, and now talking shit to you for refusing to continue the enabling. And what I'm seeing here is that you should also stop spending money on your parents because they think it was a waste. From now on, just keep your money and tell the ungrateful people in your family just plain no.